This is my first video, and there's probably going to be a lot of mistakes and stuff on it. I've got a new camera ordered. I don't know how that's going to work out. This one, for some reason, won't hook up to my TV set, so I have to keep running around and moving things around. But this is what we're going to try to make today. It's made out of cherry, and it's just a little toothpick holder. You lift it up, and the toothpicks just hop out at you. Take one out, and let it go, and down it goes. And it works out real well for little gift or whatever. What you're going to find out when the first couple of times that people use it, they're going to take the top completely off, and you're going to have toothpicks all over the place. But they're kind of fun to make, and we'll see how it goes. If there's any comments or anything, I can take the criticism. I won't hunt you down or anything. So let's see if we can get this all edited together and get it up and ready to show. I got a little piece of cherry here. It's about 2 inches, about two inches square. Let's check it out. Make sure. Yeah, 2 inches by 5 inches. We're gonna mark out the centers on it, and we're gonna make a toothpick holder today. So let's see how we come out here. Poke the holes for the centers, and then okay, I'm turning it about 1200. I'm gonna round this out into a cylinder so I can keep my fat hand out of the way. Okay, remember, always turn your lathe off before you move your tool rest. A little awkward here because I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera. Give it a few whacks with a round it out, get it nice and smooth. Probably get a catch because this is not my favorite. The camera's in the way. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we're going to put some tenons on the end so that we can chuck each piece up in the vise. We're going to make a top and bottom. So I just usually take my and just square it up a bit. And I have a skew sharpened just for this. Now we've got to decide how long we want it. I think I'll run over here and get a toothpick. Let's see. There's one. Okay, we got a toothpick. We're going to do the top. So we'll make the top about like that for now. Now, the toothpick is that long. Now we have a little area that we've got to, so we wanted it at least that long. So we're going to take this over to the bandsaw and cut it off. And then we'll do the top first. Meet you over at the bandsaw in a minute. Okay, before we do any cutting on the bandsaw, I want to show you a little jig I made up to cut round items. If you don't have one, you can use a clamp. But I made this up. It's just a V block with a piece of track on the bottom that fits in the slot. And we'll use this to cut off the sections of the toothpick holder. And it just goes in there like that. And that's that. We're all done cutting that off. We'll go back to the lathe and chuck it up and get ready to go. Okay, before we go any further, I want to show you something I did to my chuck. I took a little Dremel tool and I cut a notch in there. And I mark it with my pencil. That way if I ever have to take this out and put it back in, it goes back in exactly the same spot. And this we will be taking out at least once and putting back in. So now I'm going to readjust the camera. We're going to flush the ends up, and then I'm going to drill a hole in here. You can hollow it if you want, but we need fairly straight sides for the mechanism that goes in here. So it's easier for me to just take a Forstner bit and just drill it out and then sand it and done with it. And then we can fit the top on. And let me move the camera and we'll get started further. Alright, let's get going and get her get the end straightened out here. want to slow it down, and I decided on 1 3/8 Forstner bit, so we'll drill her down to the depth, and see how much further we got to go. Yeah, we have to go down to the chuck. So, here we go again. One more time. That should be it. Okay. Alright, that's that for now. Let me turn this off. We're going to do a sanding on the interior a little bit. A little note about sanding. Don't stick your fingers in here with sandpaper on here. If the sandpaper gets hung up, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. I use forceps. Just clip the sandpaper on there, and don't put your fingers in there. Hold it like this in case it grabs. Go ahead, turn it on. Get it in there. Get your sanding done. I started out with 220. I'll go to 320, 400. Then I'll put a friction polish on the inside, and I'm done with it. I'm not going to bore you with sanding. We'll just move on to fitting the lid on here in a minute. I'll get the sanding done and be back, and we'll fit the lid. Okay, I finished sanding it and did a quick friction polish on the inside. Now let's put the top on and fit the top to the bottom, and move on from there. Nice, I dropped it. Oh. We'll set this over here. This goes in here. Okay. Mark this notch. I don't know whether we'll need to take this off and put it back on or not, but we'll do that. Let's get the bottom straightened out. want to do is fit the top to the bottom. And I know that we went 1 3/8. We want a pretty loose fit, so we'll just set it up to 1 3/8. And that was a waste of camera time, so I was off getting this set up. Trying to let the camera see what I'm doing, and they end up causing trouble for me. So we want a pretty loose fit. We don't want one that loose though. That was dumber than oh get out. So okay, we're getting close now. Yep, that's good. Okay. We'll take this off here. Catch. I'm goofing off now. Making a mess out of it now. Wow. Really screwed that one up, didn't I? That's what I get for trying to hurry. Let's get her all straightened out and fix it. See what it looks like now. Pretty good. Now we need a little more of a lip on there. Oh boy. Sometimes when you get in a hurry, you pay for it. Now we're okay on that part. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but a 1/4-inch hole in the top now. We can go straight through because we're going to put a little finial on the top of the contrasting wood. So, and I'm lazy, so I'm just going to do it that way. It's just a drill chuck that I made a handle for, and it's neat for making little holes like that. Okay, I'm going to sand this and then put the top back on, or put the bottom back on, and we'll fit the top to it, and then we'll make the guts for everything.